Monologue Festival is designed to encourage creative writing in Palm Beach County students, and it's open to kids grades 7 through 12. We accept any entries that come in, and then we read everything that comes into our offices. Well, once we've narrowed it down and we've chosen our best of the best, we work with those students in a rehearsal process, very much like we do when we have new plays here at Florida Stage. Everything we do is brand new. So there's a lot of what we call table work involved. We don't ever dictate to them what it should be, what should be rewritten. We suggest to them they might want to make it a little more focused. Why is it so important that your character is speaking these words now? And I'm humbled every time that I work with these young people, because they are sometimes telling stories that are personal and true, and they're brave enough to not only write it down, but then to let us see it come to life. And it ends up being a really remarkable kind of evening of funny stories, poignant stories, heartbreaking stories.
Few people know about the secret on my skin. The truth about my scar is that I was born 14 weeks early and weighed 1 pound 4 ounces. I spent my first 4 months in the NICU, and the scar is there because that's how they fed me.
Note, please, that there was always at least one that smelly kid in your 2nd grade class. And if you think there wasn't, he was probably you.
It's the same when my parents fight. There's this moment before the arguing starts when everything is so peaceful and quiet, like the air has more oxygen.
You gotta understand, lying is fun and creative and satisfying. But you know what? Maybe I lied.
As I walk by, I imagine his life as a tree. I imagine children climbing his limbs giggling. In the springtime, he'd sprout little flowers, and lovers would kiss under his shady limbs, carving their names into his tender bark.
Barbara and her drones are going to melt under the pressure of our hot lamp of truth. I want Barbara's phrases to pop out of her mouth and run back to the orthodontist from whence they came.
I realize now my decisions weren't best, but I can't dwell on them. Oh. Hi, I'm Brianna, and I have an eating disorder.
I think the students learn not only the writing process, but they learn the creative process and what it takes to get those ideas that you have in your head or that you dream about onto the paper and then ultimately to life. And that's the magic moment for me.
What gives you inspiration to write your monologues?
The wind was blowing, like my grapefruit tree was falling down, and like I just went outside and I was like, oh, cool, what's up? So it was over, and then like my grapefruit tree started lifting up again, and I'm like, oh, not over yet. So that's kind of like what inspired my monologue a little bit.
Well, my monologue is true, and it's about my scar that I have right here. And I'm like, you know, this has been bugging me for like my whole childhood thing, so why don't I write about my scar? So.
And it's also taught me a lot more of what ways I can write, and now I know I can do it, and it might not be as intimidating as it was before.
And I was like, oh, I can't do this, I can't think of anything to write about. And I found like this thing I wrote about a tree, and I was like, this is so cool. So I just put it down on a paper, I like typed it up, and apparently I'm a good writer. So I think I want to be a writer when I grow up.
Like what you wrote out there, and to like hear your voice put into such, you know, a great name and stuff, it's an experience. And like after this I can say that I've done Young Voices, and that all of you great people came to see me, and everybody else up here, and I think everybody up here is going to remember this for a really long time.
You have inspired me to go and try this next year. I don't think that there's no one in here that hasn't done this that's not inspired by you, and I'm really thanking you.
Thank you. You guys are an inspiration. See that?